some Rastaman who would denounce using the fruits of Babylon, so to speak, to build up any kind of organization.
The fruits of Babylon. Babylon don't have no fruits.
I know you gonna dig this.
Gas mask. The left. Yeah. Check me out. Yo, I take a sit back and listen as the world cries, wondering why we're giving life and then have to die. Wondering why some are poor and the others rich. What makes a man become loyal while the others snitch? These are complicated questions with a simple answer, but the acceptance of the truth is kinda hard to fathom. Cause we spent the whole life believing lies told, but now the lies are exposed for the world to know. It's decision time, better make your choice wisely. Or will you choose just continue just to follow blindly? That's what's easier, just believe the media, even though you know they're deliberately misleading you. I ask the question, what's the purpose of life? And the response that I got is making money and ice. Well, if this the reason for every man's existence, how come we not all shining and glistening? Food for thought.
They believe their powerful knowledge came from the god Thoth.
Your wit stuff.
Babylon Warchild.
Your wit stuff.
Cyrus, Malachi, EHW.
Yeah, yo, it's the welfare checks, the health connect, the whole sleep through the system. It's the blood that drips from bludgeoned lips, lost souls and torture victims. Home of the brave, but no one's safe and no one waves a stolen flag. Fold the page, behold the greatness and the snakes up in the game. Government murder gangs will burst the flames, words will stay the same. Holding the torch, but never shedding the light. The veterans' mics engaged, throwing your life away. Fuck righteous way, holding your souls for ransom. Played it close, behold the floating ghost exposed in haunted mansions. Who's the puppeteer? Not the public, dumb fuck of the year. Not what they appear, speaking through the bugs in the air. Who put the poison in the drugs and the mugs flooded with beer? Now the serfs flooded with fear. They hearts up in the air like they heard something was there. Running through ancient dungeons with hundreds of buccaneers. Run the streets like fuck it, yeah. My name ran through the catacombs and underground and gravel stones. I tag names in battle poems. The wilderness of North America is a savage home. Satan has the throne, devils on every corner. You're a goner, kid. Yo, you're not alone.
One step to the plate, I swing and murk it. Prolific, cursive, spitting verses, hitting perfect. As the critics listening, their physical condition worsens. What's the purpose? Is this worth it? Cursed on this earth, we work it 9 to 5, person to person. These serpents lurking, disguised as ties and suits. Disguise the lies as truths. They try to rise the fruit, but deprive the roots of water in your cries. They knew this shit's heavier than the bricks inside the minds of fools. Abide the rules. Metal detectors check for knives inside the schools. Proof of life in a pool of blood is you trying to hide the clues. Unforgiving. A wise man can speak and none no listen. The dumb just live with tunnel visions in dungeons and numb they feelings. Shield your eyes once the sun is risen. March the truck amok and clutch we crush the competition. Puns inflicted was my lungs that brung the sickness that none can spit with. These midgets just crunch like crickets, a bunch of bitches. Thought it was that, this is something different, unrestricted. You unconditioned, can't run the distance, can't come to grips with these dead poets that rise. A lost language spoken through rhyme, just hoping to open your
Cameras
mind.
in every room, GMOs in the food. Euthanize the roots, they using honey for the glue. There's no honey for the youth, it's funny money, sweet and tooth. Y'all spitting selfies in the booth. Flip the angle, change the view, addicted tangle with abuse, sharpened fangs. The water's dark, the forest heart is beating hard. Weather's better through the harp and sex dying on the bark. Hyenas crying, lions gathering the ark. Watching the eye of machine with the eye of birds. Camera lenses blurred, receptions intercepted, never heard. Serpents suit up like a soldier with a verse. Until we rap along, get wrapped up in the spells of hell. The message yells, separate more children from the Babylon. Walk the planet with the cello case filled with shells for what was built to spell. Post Armageddon echoes through a song, not bouncing off the rubbled walls, just dying there. How to kill the spirit, science did the silence here.
Generation microwave, spark a tidal wave. We could hide in caves, imminent doom on on the path we paved, built to destroy like the world trade. Eugenics and frayed since the first grade. I've been getting played back by popular demand. A new began, I be just a man, even if I'm homeless, cautious when eating out of cans. Holograms in the sky, bird's eye view, be gone blind. Deception in the sunshine, evil is the mastermind of this cohesion. A dark lesion into breeding with the heathens. They love thieving, leaving you gasping and wheezing. The great Gatsby, my Gatsby, entertaining. They be ducking like Daffy. A wild Apache, chop like Comanches through your shanties. They hold candlelight vigils while I go vigilante.
Cold murders, social workers, unprovoked searches, slow hearses, the soul purges like old churches. Occult verses, emergency rooms and broken nurses. Burgundy wound for stolen purses. Urban tombs where the ghost emerges of OGs who blow trees in the wake of colonial curses. Cecil Rhodes, King Leopold invoked in the judge's verdicts. My brothers in the deserts of America doing 25 to laugh for non-violent crimes. Test the temperature. Thugs leers unclear like a nebula. Masonic robes draped around the waist of a senator. One world government, G8 global summit. The economics never deflate. Stocks plummet. Engineered collapses. Oligarchs and bankers getting rich off taxes. Black men packed in supermaxes like cans of sardines with scar jeans. Victims of harsh schemes. The hood's hostile. Glock 18 turn you into an invalid, while eating boys enjoy the white privilege. Imperialists dropping bombs on villages, sickening images of innocence pillaged by the UN and its militants. Its instruments of death. Shells plot your coordinates before you take a breath. Mass graves filled with corpses that were laid to rest. Lab rats and projects making eggs, being chased by jakes who drink from an oasis of hate, like Eugene Terra Blanche. Is it Christ, Mass, or Kwanzaa? Precise math, that's why we pack the blaster. Babylon Warchild, let's reenact the El Magadasha. The Basquiat, abstract, like Jean-Paul Sartre.
Thoth, or Tutti, was the Egyptian god of magic. He was the god of writing, astronomy, mathematics, and science. He invented language, invented writing.
Thoth was considered to be the one who gave us writing.
If you were to describe the book of Thoth, you could also look at a building like the pyramid or the Sphinx and say that the secrets.
We are presently in a Renaissance period. I want to say something to you, and I want you to understand this. Rarely have people benefited who inaugurate revolution. We are not in a revolutionary period. This is not about a revolution. We are in a Renaissance.
My words fan pleases. I'm across the waters in Antigua, sand beaches. Women drinking all of the sangria. I plan a fetus and expand frequent. Cream of the planet Earth. Prior the Greeks calling it Pangea. Asiatic, emphatic, and no one is bringing this ill style that I crafted. I'm classic, these cunning linguistics. Niggas is summon the demons, deep as the book of Ephesians. Running the regions, niggas facetious. Travel the seas like I was the son of Poseidon. Hypersonic, but I'm writing and Viking, the vital chronic, bionic. Flowing the trees, flowing like hydroponics. Emerge from the fiber optics, my earth divine with the prowess. Verses and lines that I scribe and twine with the Bible doctrine. Whenever we strike back, my lineage heavily tight black. My mind is 79, bumping Gregory Isaac. Show the gods, giving you that immortal feel. Feed my melanin with the chlorophyll. Word up.
A Renaissance period is one of the only things that lives and exists linearly through history. This is what feeds us throughout time. Our Renaissance period.
Niggas know I'm quick to educate. Word is bond, I won't hesitate. Went to church and took a whole shit inside the collection plate. Religion hella fake, the purpose of life is to elevate. I bought the book of coming forth by day so I can explicate. Niggas wanna debate with the God, come on and test your fate. I read books every day, homie, I'm not a featherweight. I'm purified, let's set the record straight. Real historian, what you motherfuckers know about a carbon date. I prove them wrong until they harbor hate. Egypt was a black land, you can tell by looking at the tectonic plate. Africa is the birthplace, it's word to the Lucy bones. I told Ogun to shake the earth and let the truth be known. Put the juju on you bitch niggas, practice the voodoo. I keep a spear in the shield like Shaka Zulu. In the crib drinking beer, watching Hulu, per usual, motherfucker.
Rarely in modern history have people benefited from the revolution. politicians they attempt to inaugurate, especially those who use the terminologies and the political schemata of those in which they seek freedom from.
Eternal clips holding, wrist frozen, fall beneath monolithic exoticness. The cognitive statue unravel, you talk a lot of shit with microphone. Ravenous hazard, it's the classic, it's tragic. The god is flowing on bass, but spitting acid shit entrap me. You splashing for days inside my dungeon, try to function in the summer that blaze. I must corruption, no assumption. We clearing that haze, I must discussion. Where my niggas carry wisdom, come gaze, no cynicism. Son, I'm scorching, my reach is on absorption. I'm covering valley graves inside the waves of liquid coffins from the morbid. Face your demons, reflect on what you forcing. All the terrorists to punch the ground and dig for better portions while I register extortion to regulate the current in the memories and losses. Heavenly the gases nailed on double crosses with the X on, conglomerate effects on. We shooting targets in they septum, bullshit that they let on. Son, I'm dead on with the leg on. Exploded like a heron, get exploded with the knowledge seed, appointed like a chevron. With my allies, I'm a rep on. The path is yours to step on. My life is the depository for the story slept on. A titan killing giants in the bean on frequencies of culture, shooting vultures, horticulture, twisting highest Horus in the sky of Taurus. Locate the quadrant, nobody get the peace before us. Swallowing the feast of Horus, sounding like a beacon's chorus. Behind the arc and black tops, a nigga stacking Taurus. Flushing special ops and forces, metal put the beast to coffins. Technology they savior, ride a saber pouring maple. Between the gears is grinding sparks to ricochet off navels. The eye of rider made me, orange like the skies, the rise in Haiti. I'm imported like a void flush to never change me. Describe the fuselage, they make me do this for the babies. Writing raps and codes with purposes, my knack relentless lately. The cracks cannot mistake me. The hidden signal climbing to your recognition. Only for the real, no clips loaded. Wrist frozen, fall beneath monolithic exoticness. The cognitive statue unravel, you talk a lot of shit. My microphone, ravenous hazard, it's your classic, it's tragic. The god is flowing on bass, but spitting acid shit entrap me. You splashing for days inside my dungeon, try to function in the summer that blaze. I must corruption, no assumption. I'm clearing that haze, I must discussion. When my niggas carry wisdom, come gaze, no cynicism. Wrist frozen, fall beneath monolithic exoticness. The cognitive statue unravel, you talk a lot of shit. My microphone, ravenous hazard, it's your classic, it's tragic. The god is flowing on bass, but spitting acid shit entrap me. Splashing for days inside my dungeon, try to function in the summer that blaze. I must corruption, no assumption. I'm clearing that haze, I must discussion. When my niggas carry wisdom, come gaze, no cynicism.
It's DIABOLIC, deadly hunter, you know. I told ya, we're living in a serious time. I'ma do this, my doubles. I'ma look and tell them, yo. The way the system hold me down, me want to relax. The way the police are run me down, that make me want to relax. They see my people that struggle, DIABOLIC want to relax. That make me want to relax. That make me want to relax. Them brainwash education, yo, that make me want to relax. The guns and crack them distribute, that make me want to relax. But what they've done to Shamble, that make me want to relax. That make me want to relax. That make me want to relax.
Yo, they say my arms are too short to box with God, but at least they're long enough to slap a cop so hard he lands in Scotland Yard. So bring your bride squad, cause I'ma bring some people starving, marching like an angry mob on the police department.
Calling all cars, radio for reinforcement. The city being taken over, so proceed with caution.
Freedom's lost and we don't need an equal portion. And when Jesus walked in, his footsteps echoed over demons talking. Excuse me, officer, it seems you took a wrong turn. Now you're in my world, watching Babylon burn. We don't need no water, pass my team some gasoline and let the motherfucker burn. I don't care, I have a dream. And in this dream, dirty cops get popped or locked in prison. And there's a hollow tip in every corrupt politician. Here's a proposition, up the ante, stakes is high. Pray to God for revolution, and I ain't afraid to die. Cause people shouldn't fear their government, that's the issue. The government should fear the people's right to pack a pistol. See, it's our right to start a riot around here and publicly decapitate the king. Right in town Times Square. The way the system hold me down, me want to relax. The way the police run me down, that make me want to relax. We see my people that struggle, diabolic, want to relax. That make me want to relax. That make me want to relax. Them brainwash education, yo, that make me want to relax. The guns and crack them distribute, that make me want to relax. But what they've done to Shambel, that make me want to relax. That make me want to relax. That make me want to relax. Yo, I smell the corruption in the air, and yeah, it's tasting tainted. So we marching, singing war chants, faces painted. Basic training's over, I became a soldier. Cause city hall's full of rats, rattlesnakes, and cobras. Police are trained to be the same and rape the culture. Plant coke and baking soda on you to make a quota. That's why I'm like, fuck all you pigs, go to hell. Drop that badge and gun and step inside this holding cell. So lick a shot and give a round of applause. If you ready for war and you're down for the cause, make some noise, then go out and form a crowd of your boys. Now wild out and scream freedom like you're proud of your voice. It's a choice that you make inside not to be another victim. And before the system fucks you, say fuck the system. I wouldn't be surprised if by the time we turn and look, police are rounding up some religious group and burning books, while crook lobbyists party down at ground zero. Shoot to kill and make the supervillain town hero. Now it's clear though, so you can either just deny it or give the kids a future and start a fucking riot. The system hold me down, me want to relax. The way the police run me down, that make me want to relax. We see my people that struggle, diabolic, want to relax. That make me want to relax. That make me want to relax. Them brainwash education, yo, that make me want to relax. The guns and crack them distribute, that make me want to relax. But what they've done to Shambel, that make me want to relax. That make me want to relax. That make me want to relax.
Support your government receives from the drug industry.
Well, the irony of this, of course, is that this money, which is in the billions, is coming from your country. You see, you are the major purchaser of our national product, which is, of course, cocaine.
On one hand, you're saying the United States government is spending millions of dollars to eliminate the flow of drugs onto our streets. At the same time, we are doing business with the very same government that is flooding our streets with cocaine.
See. Let me show you a few of the other characters that are involved in this tragic comedy.
I'm on the border of Bolivia, working for pennies, treated like a slave. The coca fields have to be ready. The spirit of my people is starving, broken and sweaty, dreaming about revolution, looking at my machete. But the workload is too heavy to rise up in arms, and if I ran away, I know they'd probably murder my moms. So I pray to Jesucristo when I go to the mission, process the cocaine paste and play my position.
Okay, listen, Juan Valdez, just get me my product before we chop off your hands for workers' misconduct. I got the power to shoot a copper and not get charged, and it would be sad to see your family in front of a firing squad. So to feed your kids, I need these bricks, 40 tons in total, let me test it. Indeed, shit, this is good, pass me a tissue, and don't worry about them, I paid off the official.
Yo, it don't come as a challenge, I'm the son of some of the foulest, elected by my people, the only one on the ballot, born and bred to consort with feds. I laugh at fate and assassinate my predecessor to have his place in a third world fascist state. Lock the nation with 90% of the wealth and 10% of the population. A Central Intelligence Agency takes weight faithfully. The finest type of China white and cocaine you'll see.
Honey, I'm home. Never mind when your bank account suddenly grown. It's funny, we're so out of this debt for this money we owe with ya. When have I told you that I had two governments overthrown to keep our son enrolled in a private school and to keep our tummy swollen? Come on, our fucking home was built on a foundation of bloody throats, the hungry stolen of their souls. Of course this country's running coke. I took a stunning oath to hush the ones who know. The CIA conducts the flow for these young hustlers that lust for dough.
I do work in the hood, hit my connect. That's what's really good, is supply work to the hood. These suits fucking crack me up, scrutinized like we inferior, petrified when we meet in my area. My dudes won't shoot till I say so. You got the loot, give me the yeah. Like ice cubes, so don't play with my yayo. We won't stop for you bastards. My street scramblers, chop it and bag it.
Taking pictures and tapping phones, debating snitches and cracking codes. Fast the cuff or blast the foe on any hustler stacking dough. Just pump and crack a blow. And my overtime is where your taxes go. Or gain your trust, get you to hand wait to us. Cause we paid up front on the low with cameras taping ya. Getting pop or wait, the prison sentence is doomed. Make the collar to leave with 2 keys
out the evidence room with my fame. Truck, boat, or plane, they watching you. You think you got work? They copping too. We control blocks. They lock countries and own companies. We had nice cars and sneaker money. Now it's players out there talking about they holding with bugs in their house like they down south with windows open. Your dough ain't long, you wrong, you take shorts and soon. Feds will be up in your mouth like forks and spoons. So enjoy the rush, live plush off coke bread. Soon you'll be in a cell with me like Jenny Lopez. In the school I was a bully, now life is fully a joke. I keep afloat on a boat for Peruvian coke. Players do favors for governors and tax makers. Fat Quakers smoke crack and sex acts with bad mayors. The walls got ears, you big mouths probably scared. Not prepared to do years like Javier.
The story just told is an example of the path that drugs take on their way to every neighborhood in every state in this country. It's a lot deeper than the niggas on your block. So when they point the finger at you, brother man, this is what you gotta tell them.
I'm not guilty. You're the one who's guilty. Lawmakers, the politicians, the Colombian drug lords, all you who lobby against making drugs legal, just like you did with alcohol during the Prohibition. You're the one who's guilty. I mean, come on, let's kick the ballistics here. Ain't no Uzis made in Harlem. Not one of us in here owns a poppy field. This thing is bigger than Immortal technique. This is big business. This is the American way.